Welcome back. One film here at TIFF had a real family feel. Twice Born, starring Penelope Cruz.
The premiere of Twice Born was all about family. As Penelope Cruz wowed the red carpet, she couldn't help but praise her brother Eduardo, who composed all the music for the film.
When I heard the work that he's done for this movie, because he's scoring the entire movie, I am so proud of him for what he's done. And I am so excited about this premiere tonight because it's, like the first thing we do together. I hope we can do many more movies together.
Of course, the family connection goes beyond Cruz and her brother. Italian director Sergio Castelletto adopted the screenplay from a novel written by his wife, Margaret Mazzantini, something that makes him feel more connected to the material.
For me, it's like a piece of my body, this movie.
So what's better, the book or the movie?
The book is always better.
It's not true. The movie is beautiful.
In the film, Cruz plays Gemma, a mother who returns to present-day Sarajevo with her son, and while there she remembers a love affair she had with an American photographer played by Emil Hirsch during the 1990s. It was ultimately torn apart by the Bosnian Serb conflict of that time. Cruz says her current family life and becoming a mother helped her identify with the character.
It helped me in a way of understanding, not just with my head, but really in a very, very subtle, very deep way, what Gemma was trying to get in her life and what she was missing.
While Oscar-contending dramas often get most of the attention at film festivals, TIFF welcomes some of Hollywood's funny men this year.
Actor John Goodman has a Golden Globe statue for his hilarious portrayal of Dan Connor on Roseanne. He now co-stars in the drama Argo and told us a little comic relief goes a long way in a heavy film.
It could be so stressful that if that's all there is at that level of stress, you need something to heighten that by bringing it down a little bit.
But coming across that perfect comedic role isn't always easy. David Spade told us he waited a long time to be asked to lend his voice to another animated feature.
It's not always up to us. It's nice I always see them and it looks like fun, and Chris Rock told me about his. And then we got to do, Adam called me about this one. So, I did one a long time ago, Emperor's New Groove, and I don't think you get to do a bunch because, once you did one, you're associated with the one. So I was glad that another one popped up. This one's kind of fun to do. So
his film Hotel Transylvania brought together some of comedy's best, like Adam Sandler and Andy Samberg.
It was a very scary process. I went through many choices in the car driving to the first session, and then ultimately I said, I'll just do a little twist on the Zohan, and that's about it.
Well, I was actually lucky enough to do some of my stuff with Sandler.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
A lot of our scenes were together, so we got to play off each other. I was gonna say I like doing voiceover because it's probably the only time in my entire life that people tell me to do things more over the top. Yeah. They're like, what? Do it even crazier than that. I'm like, I don't think that's allowed.
You were fantastic.
But then you just scream your lines, and they're like, good.
Pop princess Selena Gomez also stars in the film. Samberg poked fun at the 20-year-old for still living at home with her parents.
I just turned 20. I still live at home, and so by my choice. And it's it's good, but we've had our up and downs. I'm still kind of dealing with it.
Do they ever yell at you and say, "Get a job"?
TIFF's not all big budget and big names.
It gives some Canadian directors a chance to shine, and I sat down with two Canadian directors who are giving their first crack at feature films.
For two young directors, there's nothing better than a debut at TIFF.
Oh, it's incredible. It's an incredible feeling.
It just feels like a perfect fit.
Both Kazak Radovansky and Igor Jaljaka are from Toronto. They've grown up with this festival and entered short films in the past, but this will be their first try at features.
I've grown up in the city. As soon as I could get into the screenings, I would always watch as many films as I could. So yeah, it's kind of surreal at times, having seen my work in the program.
Despite different styles, each of their films explores a similar theme. Radvansky's entry is a film called Tower. Based in Toronto, it tells the story of a 34-year-old man still living with his parents in a struggle to find his place.
Basically, it's just a portrait of a lonely guy and sort of follows this sort of strange guy that people can't really make sense of him. And maybe as you watch the film, you sort of realize he's a bit of a mystery to himself.
For Droljaka, his film called Kravina follows a man who's immigrated to Toronto from war-torn Bosnia. His character ventures back to his homeland in order to find a friend, while at the same time answering his own questions about his place in the world.
I kind of want to explore the idea of not being able to sort of let go of the past. And the characters in the film kind of have this inability to sort of reconcile the things that they've been through and you know, the new world.
Droljaka is originally from Bosnia, having come to Toronto in 1993. This film served as his master's thesis in the film program at York University last year. Radovansky graduated from Ryerson, and each take a special pride in their debut at home.
I feel like privileged that I'm actually able to bring it to, you know, a Toronto audience.
I like the feeling of sort of contributing to a film culture in Toronto. I mean, yeah, since a teenager, I've just been a part of this culture, and now to have a film of mine, you know, slowly making a little dent in the landscape, yeah, it's an incredible feeling, and hopefully, yeah, I can continue to make films, and my friends can too.
Another Canadian director, Toronto's Ian Harnarain, won Telefilm Canada's Pitch This competition. He gets $10,000 to develop his Genie-winning short Doubles with Slight Pepper into a feature film. The win was announced during the film festival. His short was produced by Spike Lee, who will be helping to write the script for the full-length film. The short is represented by Channel Zero's What Media.
Don't touch that remote. You're going to want to see what Bill Murray says about stardom and being the President of the United States.